All right, anyway. I got the, you're going to tell you the difference between spending $200 and spending $1,000 or $2,000 on a guitar, okay? From the same brand, company. I'm going to just show you these quick. And I opened up that window a little bit. I opened up that window to add a little light because for some reason, if you watch my videos, you'll notice that maybe I shouldn't say nothing because it's been driving me nuts checking over my videos, and I'm getting the lights auto going up and down, back and forth. Anyway, I added just a little fresh light in here. And I'm hoping that. So you're wondering what's the difference when you get a guitar that's $200 and it still says Fender right here in a little. I'll bring this camera over here. It says Fender right up in there in that little. And then you got a guitar here that doesn't have anything. It just says Fender. It doesn't have Squier. It's and this is actually a Stevie Ray Vaughan Anyway, I didn't clean this or nothing, but you're gonna see right here at how solid these are made. Look at that. I don't know if that's gold-plated brass or I don't know the metal, and I didn't clean it. But you see how solid these are made? These for the holding your strings in. How about the neck? The neck has got inlaid mahogany, and you got no composite at all. This is all hardwood, right? That's just where this all starts. Your cable here that you plug in, it's solid as can be. You're not going to have any movement or need for adjustment. When I took this out of the box, that's been stored down there since last time I picked it up months ago. All I had to do is barely flick the strings. It was already on tune. Here, as you can see, it got banged again a little bit, beat up because it was actually played by a band, and nothing actually went into the hardwood. That's how good it's made. It just needs some touch-up paint. And I was told by the guy to just leave it. He said that character doesn't take the value down on guitars. He didn't even want to deal with it. He's like, if it would have gotten to the wood, that would have been one thing. But anyway, now let's look at how these strings are connected and how much cheaper it's made. And I'm not putting these down. You're paying $200, but look how cheap these are compared to these string holders. And I got a whammy bar and everything. I'm not going to screw it in right now. But even when you go down here on this, look at that. There's play in there, and it's just a cheap acceptor for your audio plug. Look at this audio plug. Look at that. How much more together that is. I do actually like the volume buttons on newer guitars, but even this little stick, I'm afraid to break it off. You know, it's Chinese. Your magnet pickups, they're all right. But these old ones here that you got 3 instead of 2, you're going to get a much more refined sound. You got 5 different settings here, whereas on this guitar, you only got 3. Your neck on the other one is completely solid wood. This one's a composite. And you could tell they got inlays of wood and stuff. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying. And then when you got the string tighteners up there, I don't know all like the slang term. And what I'm trying to tell you is if you got the money just laying around, you buy yourself an old Fender like this. Look at how well these are put together. When you twist these bad boys back here, they hold a tune, okay? These sons of guns hold a tune right here. I mean, you can play a whole set and you're hardly going to have to maybe add a little bit of twisting, you know, for somebody that's out playing sets and whatever. And look at the difference in size of amps. The one on the left's got 2 12s. So the difference between $1,500, $2,000 and $200 over here, yeah, I actually like this style better. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, if you're just playing in front of your friends at your house, there is nothing wrong with this. That looks great. It looks better than this one, don't it? I love Stevie Ray Vaughan. His style's his style. It's different, though. It's not for everybody. But this right here, this custom amp's got all types of, these amps are going anywhere from $250 to they're selling now for $500. They don't even make them like this anymore. I don't know how old it is, but it says it's got a phone plug-in, but that was back in the old school days. I know this amp's at least, it's old. But anyway, let me show you the 212s in the back if we can get a view. I don't know. Look at all the extra outputs it's got. This amp doesn't have nothing. You're just going to be able to practice. So if you got the money, to blow and you got $2,000, hey, if you're serious, spend it. And I'll tell you why. Because this guitar here, as good as it is never really going to go up in value. Never. I got this guitar and set up for $500 about 10 years ago when people needed money really bad, and I could sell it right now. I've had offers when I brought this in to get fixed and stuff at the store for $1,250, and that was just off the cuff. That was last year or 2 years ago. That was just an off the cuff offer from a store. I could probably get, if I were to nitpick, I could easily get $1,500, maybe $2,000 for these items. With the cord, the guitar, this case alone, I've seen upwards of $400. The original case from 50 years ago with the original fabric, and I've seen these going for upwards of $400 and some dollars. And mine's in pretty much dang near awesome condition. Got a couple rips. You're gonna have that. Anyway, that's the difference you're gonna get. This wood is solid. I had to fix this piece on the back. It's called the strap holder or whatever on this one, and rebuild the whole thing myself. And that's fine. I did it, but I got a chance to look at the wood. This, I put a new screw in there and everything that's blue or whatever to match the guitar, and I fixed it all up. The weight difference is just remarkable, you know? But I got to see the actual wood, the wood inside of this guitar, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's cheap. That's just what it, how else are you gonna give somebody a guitar? And, oh, I'm yelling at the camera, I'm sorry you guys, and I turn the gain up, you guys are gonna say, you goofy. I'm learning, and I'm not gonna double cuts and redo videos, but that, it's cheap. I gotta learn that. I got a mic now. I forgot all about it, and I turned the gain up, and I'm still yelling, because I'm used to yelling at the camera across. The difference in sound quality on a cheaper guitar with a cheap amp, it's going to be pingy, and it's not going to have all those deeps and highs, and the feeling of this fretboard here, how solid and thick, and the way it cups, the way it was specifically designed to cup your hand, and it was all the small details and the bends and the curves for standing, and all the various high craft aluminum and every little touch of detail, you know? Just the natural reverb of the solid, you know? Just everything about the sound quality is immaculate, you know? If you're gonna spend your money. And you're gonna get your money back. You know, when you buy a special instrument, you're going to get the money back if you need it, and you're never going to sell it. It's like investing in anything else, stocks or whatever you believe in. Musical instruments are the same thing. And today I'm not playing music or nothing. I'm not doing that. I got to do some practicing and stuff, and that'll be for another day. But nothing on this guitar is coming loose. Nothing. Nothing. Serial numbers and every little detail on this is just, I don't know all the names and all the everything else about like all the special. I could have researched all the like pick guards and but just everything about this guitar. If you got the money, go buy yourself a $1,500, $1,000. You could probably find or just a regular old Fender now. I don't know. If you're lucky, $700 to $1,000, and that's getting lucky. That's knowing somebody. $1,200 to $1,500 range is probably where you're looking at. It's worth every dollar because the market, you're going to be able to get it back. Like I said, you got it. Try to get it with the original hard case. That means a big difference. And what a display piece you have. Look at the character. Just look at the character on this. The golds, finishes, and everything about it. Stevie Ray Vaughan, it came with the authentic slip saying that it's exactly like the one he played, and it's got all the everything right down to the every piece, how he had it made, except for some of his really special shows or something. He had some other guitars he played too, but It's the Fender. It's every cut, and you get yourself something like this. It's something that you really enjoy having. It's something you're proud of, you know. I love these other guitars for practicing way more than I like this one, okay? This is not a practice guitar. As you can see, it's how much I have to, I take care of it, and I got it, and I'm putting away in its special case over here. See? I got it put away in its special case. I'm going to turn this off here. But I got a nice little area here for my guitars to put away and stuff. But see how it's got its special little area in here? You don't even look at how you got to put it away and then take it out. And it's just work. This is more of a collector's item, you know. Unless you got a dedicated room, which I might have going here. It's looking like I might be able to have a dedicated area. Because I turned the heat off up here in this winter because I'm heating up here for no reason. And you guys have seen the electric bills. If you're paying your own electric bills, maybe you ain't not all of you are paying your own bills right now. But most of the people that watch are. And my electric bill and gas bill went up from it was like $150 10 years ago. No, when I moved in, 8 years ago. And 4 years ago, it started creeping up past 200. Then I never seen it under 200 again. And now we're getting to the 300 range, you know. And that's just, I turned the heat. Well, anyway, the whole story is I turned the heat off, right? But now I got like a little dedicated area here, I see, because it's not too cold. I was afraid it was going to get too cold and I'd have warping of the wood or something, because I did a lot of research, you know, mechanically, and they said be very careful, you know, you could warp your guitar and blah, 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 blah. And honestly, there's not much of I'm not too concerned about it, because up here it's only gotten down, even on the -20 it was up. Up here, it was like 55, 50. I mean, anyway, this was that First Act book I was telling you about, you know, that they'll end up charging you $20 for. No, I got a little spot for my guitars. I got a couple more guitars yet, too. I got acoustic and another electric, and but that's here nor there right now. This was just to compare because I got two Fenders, so I thought, well, that's a good video here. I did all right on the video. I got to get a lot better, you guys. This channel is more like learning. You know, I could easily not show any of these videos and just try to, and then keep making them over and over. I'm going to be going on 100 videos here, and it's all about learning, you know. It's all about learning lighting and editing and learning about, like, I got to have some natural light sometimes, and learning how to keep talking on a subject I get on. But as you can see right here, that looks nice, don't it? I got myself a little area here. And no smoke, no nothing. So, and I keep yelling at the camera because I still forgot that I have this microphone on. Thank God I didn't turn the gain all the way up. But anyway, you heard that, and I'll strum a G here just to end this video to show you that the sound difference. And then I'm gonna keep losing picks everywhere. Here's one. And then I had another one somewhere. That's the problem with picks. You better get a lot of them, unless you're using finger picking, which I suggest learning right away, but, you know, I didn't, you know. Anyway. So you can hear it. It's not bad. You can try to set it up with the tones and everything, which I did. But, I mean, it is great for practice. But it is no custom amp with 212s that I could crank up, and that one I'll be in jail in about 20 minutes if I cranked it all the way up. That thing there, baby, I could turn the reverb on there without even a pedal. I could be in jail in 10 minutes flat. This one here, perfect for coming up here and playing. And over there is just looking at for inspiration type of deal. You see where I'm going with this? But honestly, if you got the money, start with the good stuff. I did. But then I was too afraid to play it because it went up so much in value, and I'm a weirdo like that. So, but anyway, what else did I have to say to you guys today that I was thinking about? Not much. Not much to say today. I got my microphone. I'm learning how to use it. And that's got gains, and I'm still screaming when I got a loud mouth as it is. I snowed in Green Bay again. Yeah, even the guitar stand here is pretty cheap or chintzy. Like I said, cheap's relative. If it works, it works. But you're going to have little things. Like I rebuilt those guitar strap holders. But the main portion of the guitar seems to be solid where I'm not going to have a problem with it. I've rebuilt a lot of guitars, believe it or not. A lot of them. So... And then I got another holder too where I can hang. I'm going to be hanging up my acoustic guitar over there, so I can just pop up here. And Dave, I'm keeping my eye open for a really nice keyboard in case we ever get together again up here and can jam out or something. I got my eyes open for a Yamaha. It's hard to find stuff. People don't like to sell stuff like this anymore for free like they used to, you know. The moment I get a deal, like my buddy called about this one for $200. I go and get it. That's a pretty good deal. That's a fair deal. I would call that a very fair deal. It's right on the money. It's right on the money. I don't think I'll ever lose value in it. Especially, I put a little bit of work in fixing up all the little nooks and crannies and resealing the strap holders that tend to come out on these cheaper guitars because they use a real cheap attachment system where the screw just ain't made to hold the weight and swinging, and it's really just there for looks until you redo it. But I mean, the solid pieces and everything, you're not going to have a problem, you know. But that's really all I had to say about these guitars today. I don't know what else to go into. I'm looking at them right now and thinking, what else can I talk about? Even guitar chords. This one here is really good too, actually. I got two pretty good. These ones aren't bad. Neither is that one. They're made to come apart, you know. I don't want to take them apart. Some are, some aren't. Both my cords here now are good enough where they're made to come apart and be resoldered. So I know how to solder, which I learned this year how to solder really well. And you can resolder the wiring so that they... But yeah, as just an ending here, because this video is way too long, but I don't know, some people like them long, you know. Because I've already given my opinion on what to do, you know, spend the money in the beginning, and now at the end, if you're going to continue to watch, you're just spending time with me, you know. I make sure to give the opinion right away, so if somebody wants to click off, they click off. I don't have enough viewers to worry about my videos running past 8 minutes and having the boom, 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 concise, clear and concise statements. You're supposed to give a clear and concise question, like in the beginning, like, should I spend the $200 or the $2,000? Boom, 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 boom. And then through your video, within 5 minutes, you're supposed to have the answer so that everybody, and I did have the answer within 5 minutes. Spend the money. You got the money laying around, spend it. You'll get it back no matter what happens. You'll get it back. If it's all the money you got, don't spend it. If it's extra money you got laying around and you want something that you can really enjoy and be proud of, I think about the guitar all the time. It's a prized possession of mine, you know. It just becomes that way. It's got its own character. And anytime I can find another one that's, if I found another one for $1,000, I'd spend the money today and get a second one. Or if an old Gibson shows up, that's what I really want is a Gibson Les Paul. But yeah, okay. Oh yeah, it's easy to say that. A real Gibson Les Paul, 70s, 80s, 90s even. 60s are too expensive. You're talking 10 grand, 60s, 67, 60. The further down into the 60s you go, the more you're going to pay. 70s are still obtainable, but 2,500 is probably going to be bare minimum in the 70s, and that's going up. I don't even know. That's if you get a deal from a friend, $5,000, $2,500, $5,000. You start... No. Yeah, the 60s. The 70s are still, $2,500. Then you maybe more, probably 5,000 now. Every time you go up, every generation you go up 60s, don't even consider the 59. I think 59 was the year they were made. Don't even consider it. I think you're looking at 30 or 40 grand. But every generation you start to go up, it gets cheaper. But even the 90s now are going for the 90s are going for 2,500 almost for the good ones. There's a whole bunch of them, you know, but for a good color, a good manufacturing stamp, serial number, 2,500 bucks. Then you start getting in the early 2000s are going for $1,800, $2,000. And then now you can get them brand new for, you know, 1,500 bucks or whatever it is. But the further back you go, the better chance you're going to get something really, really sexy. You know, something that you're never going to forget. You're never going to sell. It becomes a part of you, you know. And I'm not really a Fender guy. I'm a Gibson guy, but this is just what shows up. I take what I get. I'm not a complainer. When you're in sales, like me in cars, you don't get the right, if you want a steal of a deal or whatever, you take what shows up. I don't get the right to go looking for a Toyota and a Honda. Obviously, I want Toyotas and Hondas. No, I'm driving a Ford, you know, because it showed up at a good price and I could fix it. You take what you can get. If you want to be a salesman, you can't be nitpicky. You take what you can get. You know the value of what you're looking at, and then whatever pops up at the price you know is a steal, you take what you can get. And Fender just seemed to be popping up. I'm not even a Fender guy. I'm a Gibson guy. I love the way that their guitars are set up, but I wasn't going to pass up deals either. So I always keep my eyes open. It's really hard to get your hands on a Gibson Les Paul. But one day I'll get one and we'll be making a completely different video. But I hope you learned something here. Thanks for watching. I got to get better with my new microphone and my lighting and my camera angles and my blah, 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 blah. But that's going to come with time. Like I told you, my goal is to stick at this until 1,000 and then be 1,000 videos, you know. And by 500, I'm at 100 videos right now. So at 500, I hope I look back on this and say, man, your videos are horrible. And then at 1,000, I hope I'm saying, man, I got 500 subscribers. I'm doing good. You know, that's just how you got to do it. All right. You guys are awesome.